I'm Miss Alessi, and I had an interview with two very special artists, very different artists, my cousins. And this is a green screen background.
I'm John Simkis. I'm an optoelectronic engineer making very small devices to allow fast communication on aircraft.
My name is Laura Simkis. I'm a hobby artist, and so I do administrative work.
You could break everything up into two fields. You got math, science, engineering, medical. All that is how do we stay alive. All these are fields that if you master, you can make more people more comfortable and improve the lives of everyone around you, including yourself. The why we want to survive would be art. To tell a story, to create something beautiful.
So for me, art is a way of self-expression. So if I have an idea in my head or I'm feeling a certain type of way, I want to create something to feel better both about myself and about my surroundings when I put it up on my wall.
Whatever interests me at the time. So we'll paint together. We call it poofer. It's fire art. We've electrically connected flamethrowers to a switch. So we have a rock band drum set, and when you drum on it, it shoots fire into the air. Everyone likes looking at fire, but it's also interactive, and it's something that it's unique to when you're playing on it. No one else gets the experience that you went through.
For me, I used all sorts of mixed media. So I like to make sculptures with round objects. I like to paint in acrylics. I like to knit, so I do fiber arts. There's really no one medium that I use for creating art.
The tools I use usually come down to different types of computers. They're all computers, and they're all doing however you described in ones and zeros to do what you need it to do. Beyond that, wires, wire strippers, soldering, digital analyzers, logic analyzers, voltage meters. There's electrical tools that you need to make sure that the connection is secure and transmitting data in a way that is useful to you. Yes, safety is always number one priority, especially when working with flamethrowers. Laura helps me a lot. It's all about coming up with a system of organization where everything has a proper place and everything gets returned to the proper place. Having Laura in your life to...
For myself, I'm very detail oriented. I'm a very organized person. I like to put everything in its place before I even think about getting started for a project. Make sure I gather all of my materials together. I'll make a little checklist of, the things I'll need so that when I get going, I don't have to stop what I'm doing to go grab something else, and then it takes longer for me to actually get into the meat of the project. Me personally, if I come up with a project, I organize myself. Sometimes it can take just a couple hours. Other times it's more of an experimental process where I try different things and I end up restarting. It may take me months to get a certain thing done. We'll get there regardless of the steps that it takes to reach the finish line.
I need deadlines, otherwise the project is forever taking and I'll just keep returning to it years later.
No.
Why not?
Personally, I feel like I would rather put it into my own space and display it in my own home, and so I can enjoy it, looking at it, knowing the time I spent and the effort that I put into it. But I do have a sort of emotional attachment to it to some degree.
Because I'm an engineer, I've been able to pursue a career that gives me financial security I've always wanted. I'm only making things that I find interesting and things I like. I don't really care if there's a market for it. I don't have to worry about whether someone likes it enough. I can do both at the same time.
Yeah, for your own enjoyment more than. I stop what I'm doing. I step back and I think, what went wrong? Why am I frustrated right now? Is it because I made a mistake or I didn't think through the next step? Or is it just I had a change in what the vision was? In those cases, I'll step back, reevaluate, and then jump back into it once I have a better, clear idea.
Walking away helps find someone who understands the general idea of what you're doing. Looking at it from a different angle is important. And if you can describe the problem or your frustration to where someone else understands it, the solution might be obvious to you. Always talk to your mentors. It's always good to have mentors in whatever field you're going into. Motivation is the make or break on whether or not you'd be successful. If you have good motivations for the problems you're setting off onto and the project you're trying to finish, you have something pushing you.
When I get an idea in my head, I immediately need to do it. So once I get an idea in my head, I'm the type of person that wants to do it immediately. Always. I always plan ahead. So I'll plan it out from start to finish. I'll start with a sketch, or if it's something like fiber arts, I'll start with a pattern. But yeah, every time I start any project, it's always with a plan.
You have to start small. You lay out your template or your format or the directions that you're going into. Test early, test often. Fail early and fail often. There's other ways to do it. If it takes you 20 minutes to paint a circle and then you realize that you can use something cylindrical and trace it, and there is no cheating in creating anything. It's either you made it or you didn't make it.
Yes. When I usually have an idea for a project, I either pull from other ideas that I've seen, or if I have a particular object, a physical object in my possession that I'm trying to, sort of recreate, I'll want to make sure that I have that right where I'm working and sort of give me an idea of where I want to go with things.
No, not at all. A lot of what I'm doing with software, programmable LEDs, you have the idea of what you need to do, and then start working towards that. You don't always have to look at something and be like, I'm making that, so then I want something that does that.
Always. I'll always start on something and then I'll realize, oh, maybe I can make this a little bit smoother. Maybe I can sort of clean this edge up, or, rework this part. So every step of the way, refining, making edits, and, sort of tweaking things a little bit.
Optimizing, that's all I do. Especially anyone interested in software and programming. So not only do you have your effect that you were going for, but now you have a range of that effect. And you can constantly break down your ideas into smaller or bigger or combinations of other ideas and work that together. Make sure you understand how it works at a basic level and expand upon it.
Realistically, when I think something is done is when I'm either exhausted from doing it, meaning I've spent so much time and I feel like I've reached a point where it's finally complete to me. It's when I reach that point where I feel like I have completed and it looks the way that I want to look and I'm happy with it.
Due dates are great for figuring out when things are done. Sometimes your best effort is the best it's going to be, and you can't stop and give up over the pursuit of perfection. Bad is better than nothing.
Well, I remember art teachers, especially in middle school and high school, as being very encouraging role model. There's a lot more freedom of expression in art classes, and they were very encouraging. No matter what the idea or the project was that we were supposed to be working on, they always encouraged us to keep going and to, tweak it a little bit, do a little bit better, and as long as we were happy with it, that's all that mattered.
I wasn't big into art class, to be perfectly honest. I had good art teachers. North Haven Middle School, I remember Miss Titus was a very good art teacher. I went to a trade high school, so the focus was learning skills for work. And she kind of recognized that most of us weren't there for artistic reasons. She gave us paint and said, as long as you're not hurting anyone, you can make stuff. And some of the most fun I had were in those classes where we were just messing around and, drawing turkey hands or whatever I painted.
Yes, keep going. Regardless of how frustrated you may get sometimes, just keep going. I'm always more satisfied that I finished a project than I would be if I were to quit halfway through it. So realize that it's worth it to complete the project, and it's fun. Just the process itself is fun, and enjoy that time that you get to express yourself.
When you leave school, there's always two paths you can go. You can go to college or you can go to work. And I was the one who went to work for a long time and then went to college. And I studied engineering, lots of math and understanding of physics, but you learn to analyze things. So even if you don't go to school for being an artist, or no one could ever take your passion away from you, and nothing's stopping you from working your job 9 to 5 and buying the camera that you want to take pictures with, or painting afterward.
Creative outlet outside of work.
Everyone knows each other and everyone's inspiring each other, and it doesn't matter if you went and got a master's of fine art or you learned how to weld or fix cars. There's no profession that is less valuable to another one.
Thank you guys so much.